Czechia, the country of beer, huge dumplings, and a rich history. But is it any good to start your business there? Let's talk about it now! Hi, I'm Oliver and welcome back to the channel AskMeStartup, where we talk about startups, small businesses, and the world that surrounds them. If you're new here, please consider subscribing and pushing the notification bell so YouTube lets you know whenever I'm uploading new content. If you're into business, if you have a startup, if you want to start a business, please feel free to download our free startup checklist, link in the description below. Okay, today's topic, Czechia. Is it any good to start your business there? So as always in this channel, we would like to take a look at the facts about the country first. So Czechia is, for instance, bordering Germany or Austria and has the capital Prague, which is also the largest city in the country. Now, there are roughly 10.6 million people living in Czechia, and they all produce a GDP per capita of roughly $45,000 US. Now, that already gives you an indication that they're doing much better than many of the southern European countries and much better than our last country we've been talking about, Hungary. Such a great GDP per capita, we would like to understand how entrepreneurial are the Czech, because they seem to do quite good business there. And if you look at the levels, we can say that actually the Czech are on the lower quarter of the European Union in terms of their entrepreneurial spirit. It just seems that they're more likely to have a job or to aim for a job than to start their own company. Of course, like in almost all countries I've been looking so far, the capital or the larger cities tend to have a rich startup scene. Nonetheless, that doesn't exclude that there might be and will be a lack of capital and availabilities for startup entrepreneurs. Additionally, within Czech, we have to say that they're having a very unique language and they're not, I would say, not trying their best to communicate in other languages to foreigners. That doesn't mean that they don't speak English, no. But if I look on the governmental websites, for instance, it's really difficult. Which brings us to the next point. So what type of legal framework do we have? And we can say, yes, we have a very good legal framework. However, transparency and speed of the authorities and the governments might need some improvement. When I was looking up the governmental websites in terms of how their working conditions are, etc., most of it was in Czech, which is of course obvious, but there wasn't an English translation. Hence, I was trying to use Google Translate, which of course is, let's say, not the optimal way to do it, right? So the next thing we would like to take a look at is, are there any popular brands, internationally known brands, that are derived from Czechia? Why? Because if we want to start a business, we would like to understand if it's possible to grow them to international brands, international known brands. And the good answer is yes, there is. For instance, Avast, the world-known antivirus, anti-spyware software, is actually a Czech investment. Very cool. Also, Skoda, one of the largest car manufacturers in the world, is a Czech brand, which is great. Then I think you should be aware that Budweiser was actually invented in the Czech Republic at that time. And also Pilsner, another beer brand, is actually derived from Czechia. So that tells you, yes, you have the chance to grow international brands from Czech. And that is important because it will foster your mind, it will help you to understand or consider the country in more depth on where and why to start the business. So then we would like to take a look at the working population. I mean, what skills are there on the workforce? And unfortunately, I have to say that the skills of the workforce are still on the mediocre side. Yes, you have very well-educated people, but you also have the complete opposite. Hence, there's still a need to increase the overall level of education and skills on the Czech side. That means or has implications for you because you might not find the talent that you need in order to grow your business. Which brings me to the next point. If you consider Czechia as a potential start of your business, How easy is it to get a visa, or is there a startup visa at all? I have been looking at this very long, and I have to say the real answer is no, there isn't. But there is a welcome package for investors. Now, that welcome package for investors actually is aiming for those people willing to invest into companies in Czech Republic, and that could be you as an entrepreneur as well. They're granted some type of residency depending on your investment and the amount of investments, etc. And they have a whole package described on 10 pages and what to do and how to achieve it. I have to say, though, this is not as clear as it should be, because if you want to attract new businesses, new jobs, you need a better tool. And unfortunately, Czech isn't on par with its rivals in Europe. So is Czechia a good place to start your business? That's a tricky question. I would say yes and no. Today, I can't give you a real conclusive answer, and the reason being, you can build good brands there, and you will have very good educated people maybe in Prague, and it is an entrance to all the other Eastern European countries, which could be Slovakia, could be Slovenia, could be Hungary, could be Ukraine, could be Poland, and many, many other countries. No, because they're not really showing that they want new entrepreneurs. They're not really trying their best to promote it. And even if they've been asked by the European Union whether they have specific startup visas, their clear answer was no, because they don't know better, but they have some sort of investor welcome package. So they know they need some investments. They're not quite clear how to get them there yet. All right, everybody. I hope this was helpful to you. If so, please leave a comment down below. Tell us about your experiences in Czechia on starting or running a business there. If you made it so far in the video, please subscribe and smash the like button. And I'm gonna see you next time.